Now to a rather distasteful story, especially at breakfast time. Fred DeNegri knew that something was terribly wrong after taking a sip from a can of Diet Pepsi. After pouring out the soda, he and his wife Amy found that. Turns out the FDA tested it and confirms it was either a frog or a toad. Amy DeNegri joins us from Orlando this morning with the story. Amy, good morning.
Good morning.
And we do apologize to our viewers at breakfast time for those pictures, but this is a story that you really want to share, Amy. So take me through it. You and your husband are outside barbecuing. He opens up a can of Diet Pepsi, his favorite drink, and what happens?
He opened it up in front of me and he took a gulp. He swallowed it and immediately realized something was not correct, did not taste right.
So what did he do?
Well, he proceeded to go to the sink. Right there, we have a sink by our outdoor kitchen. He poured the soda out, and as it got towards the end of the can, noticed that it was a little heavy in the can, and he started to shake it, and that's when the pink stuff started coming out, and something in there wouldn't come out of the hole.
What did you think it could be?
Well, we really had no idea at first, and I got it and did the same thing, shaking it, trying to, get it out, and it also wouldn't come out of the hole. So what we did was we took pictures and we called poison control, then we called the FDA. We had no idea. Looking at the pictures, then we kind of started thinking, well, the only thing we could think of was it was a mouse. But we really weren't positive. That's why we had the FDA take it for testing.
So the FDA takes it. It takes about a week and a half, and they give you the results. I would like to read the results. One small animal, appearing to be a frog or a toad, was removed from the previously opened can. The animal was lacking internal organs normally found in the abdominal and thoracic cavity. So you hear this, and what is your and Fred's reaction, Amy? When
we received the report, the first reaction, we were really surprised because we really had thought it was a mouse, but then we weren't surprised because we knew that it was some kind of animal in there, and so it's just as disgusting to us, and so we were surprised, but we weren't surprised.
I'd like to read you this statement that we got from Pepsi. They sort of express skepticism at your story. They say, the speed of our production lines and the rigor of our quality control systems make it virtually impossible for this type of thing to happen in a production environment. We've heard so many of these stories before, and some have turned out to be bogus, and people are criticized for accused of making these things up. What do you say to that?
Well, it's unfortunate. We're quite disturbed at the reaction. Really, all we would have liked would have been a nice apology from Pepsi, and that has not happened.
So what would you like now instead?
Well, at this point in time, we are getting legal advice. We are not happy with the reaction from Pepsi. To this day, we still have not heard from Pepsi. We never received an apology, and we're just disturbed about the whole negative response that we're getting out in this media because of Pepsi's comment.
And in the last seconds, Amy, what do you want everybody at home watching to take from your story?
Just don't drink out of a can of any kind of soda, because you never know what you're going to find.
All right, Amy DeNegri, thanks so much.
You're welcome.
That is gross.
You know, Dave used to be the president of Pepsi.
No. Actually, I have to recuse myself from even talking about the story. I was the human resources manager at that Pepsi plant in Orlando. So I don't want to kind of involve myself, but there are great men and women there, and we'll see what happens.
All right.